Red fan, blue fan. Once upon a time, in a village in the mountains, there lived an honest and kind man. On a hot summer day, the man was resting under a tree, and there he found two fans, one red and one blue, hanging on the branch right above his head. Great, he thought, since it was such a hot day. So he reached out and took the fans from the branches and began to fan himself. Oh no! But what is this? The more he fanned himself, the longer his nose became. The startled man then fanned himself with the other fan, and his nose became shorter and shorter, and finally back to normal. These must be magic fans. I should go back to the village and find the owner. The honest man quickly got up and left in a hurry. Meanwhile, a greedy man from the same village was resting not far away, witnessing everything that was happening. He approached the honest man and claimed that the fans were his and took them away. The greedy man came home with the fans, wondering how he could make a lot of money with them. After thinking very hard for a couple of days, he went to the house of the richest man in the village. At the house, the rich man was taking a nap. The greedy man sat down next to him and fanned the rich man, saying, "Hello, sir. Have you been well?" Then the rich man's nose grew longer and longer. Startled, the rich man got up and called his doctor, but the doctor could not fix his nose. "Help! Help! I will repay handsomely to anyone who fixes my nose." As soon as he heard that, the greedy man ran to the house of the rich man as if he had been waiting. "Sir, I will fix your nose." So he made the rich man close his eyes and fanned him with the blue fan, and his nose soon returned to normal. As promised, he received a large sum of money in return. The greedy man spent all his time wallowing around and never working. One day, he became so bored, he thought of an odd idea. "I wonder how long my nose will become if I keep fanning myself with the red fan." He picked up the fan and started fanning. He continued for a while, and his nose became so long that it went up the sky, piercing through the clouds and finally reaching before the King of Heaven. The King of Heaven was furious and told his servants, "How dare he break into the heavens? Tie the nose to a pillar." When the servants tied the man's nose to a pillar in heaven, the greedy man jumped with pain and started to fan his nose with a blue fan to make it small again. However, because his nose was so tightly tied to heaven, the man's body began to float up into the air as his nose grew shorter. The greedy man became scared and he started to wiggle. As he struggled to free himself in the air, his nose slipped out from the pillar and the man fell to the ground. What happened to the greedy man, you ask? Well, he learned his lesson. He repented of his greed and laziness and lived the rest of his life honestly and diligently.